Hello, today we're cooking a cozy cannellini bean soup with a twist. It's got a quick meatball shortcut to make it extra satisfying. This soup is full of flavour and uses affordable ingredients like cannellini beans and kale. It's highly customisable, so you can use your favourite sausages and add any greens you've got to hand. Plus, there's no waste here as we're using the whole vegetable. Grab a big pot and let's make this hearty, comforting soup. We're going to start with pouring in the oil and then squeezing or cutting the sausages out of the cases into the oil to get them all nice and brown. You can use any kind of sausages you like. I like to mix this up sometimes with an Italian flavoured one or even chicken sausages if I'm feeling, I need something a bit on the lighter side. Let's get the oil in and heating up. So I'm just going to cut the sausages gently down the middle and then peel off the casing like so, and then this can be discarded, and then we just pop these straight in to the pan. So this is very customizable, my favorite kind of cooking. You could use a fresh chili if you like instead of chili flakes and you need to use it up. You could use a splash of sherry vinegar or any kind of vinegar if you don't have any lemons. You could use kale instead of cavolo nero. It really is very easy and simple to mix and match. So if you're short on time, you don't have to roll these into meatballs. You could just tear off little chunks and just chuck them in. It'll give you a slightly rougher, rustic look, but when you're short on time, that kind of thing doesn't matter. So whilst those are browning nicely over here, we're going to get ahead with chopping our onion. Hopefully this one won't make me cry. If you don't happen to have a red onion, you can use a normal white one. It's not absolutely crucial. Just make it work according to what you have. Oh, onions are getting to me today. Right, we're going to give these a nice little stir just to ensure some nice even browning. These are now lovely and brown, so we're just going to scoop them out and set them to one side so we can cook the onion in that delicious pork fat. Sausages are nice and brown, set to one side, in with the onion we go. Give it a good stir to make sure it's coated in all that lovely pork fat, and then we're just going to let it go over a low heat to soften up for about 8 minutes. Our onions are softening over here. We're just going to give the cavolo nero just a little slice. So the stalks are completely fine to eat and completely edible. They can get a bit fibrous raw, but you can get around this by finely slicing them. If you've got the whole stalk, you can just rip the leaves off, give the stalk a fine chop, and then just roughly chop the rest of the leaves. Here we're just going to give them a nice fine slice all the way through. If you can't get a hold of cavolo nero, any dark leafy green, absolutely fine to use. Kale, spring greens, even cabbage would work just as well. Of course, eat with the season, so whatever leafy green you have in season at the time of making, feel free to swap in and out whatever you've got to hand. Seasonality always means cheaper. We've got some peeled garlic cloves here. We're just going to go straight into the pan with a microplane. I think garlic's one of my favourite things in the world. In we go, nice little grate. So the garlic's in, and we're going in with the chili flakes. Give it a stir, and we'll just cook that for 1 minute until the garlic smells really fragrant. That's smelling lovely, fragrant, and deliciously garlicky. We're going in with our chopped cavolo nero. In with the chicken stock cube and the cannellini beans. We're using cannellini beans, but you could use any white bean you like. Butter beans would work excellent here. And then we're just adding in 700 ml of water. Give it a good stir, making sure you scrape any of that sausagey brown goodness from the bottom of the pan, because that's where lots of flavour is going to come from. We're adding in the zest of a lemon here to bring a little bit of zesty, vibrant freshness. Then we're going in with the juice of half of the lemon. Little tip, if you don't have a lemon juicer, just hold your hand out when you're squeezing things over and you can just catch the pips in your hand so they don't go into your food. And in with the brown sausages. Give it a stir to make sure everything's well combined. Then we'll leave that for 15 minutes to just gently simmer away. And if you wanted it a bit soupier, you could add a little bit more water and stock. I'm mad about beans. Not only are they cheap, but they're so packed full of protein and fiber, and they're just really good for you, so you should always have a pack in your store cupboard. If you do happen to have any leftovers from this, you can drain, reserving the stock. Use this leftover soup stock to cook some pasta, topping up with water as needed. Then warm the filling through in a hot pan, mashing the beans a little, using the back of a spoon to make a lovely creamy sauce, and then toss through that cooked drained pasta. Serve with lots of Parmesan. It'll be delicious. So this has now had its time. It's looking lovely. It's bubbling away. Smells fantastic. We're just going to give it a little taste. Check for seasoning. The lemon is really coming through there. It's giving a bit of zing and brightness to the dish. We'll go in with a good crack of black pepper and just a tiny pinch of salt. The chicken stock's brought quite a bit of salt already to the dish, as have the sausages. We'll stir that in and we're ready to serve. These humble ingredients pack such a flavour punch and come out at only £2.05 per portion. Bargain if you ask me. You could serve this with a good grating of Parmesan if you liked, but it will be just as delicious as it is. This looks great. Look at the deep flavour of that stock. I cannot wait to dive in. And in I go. Oh, that's so flavoursome. You get the heat from the chili, but it's really lifted with the help of that lemon, and then you get the deep savoury notes from the sausage. Absolutely perfect. Thanks so much for watching. You can get the full recipe in the description, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more episodes. Visit goodfood.com or download our app for some more tasty recipes. Leave a comment below and we'll see you next time.